Hello, this is Cherie Morris from Dynamics Active Energy Organization, also known as DAO, which is capital D, capital A, capital E, and capital O. Um, Today I'm going to spend about 10 minutes talking about forgiveness. Now, I want to start off with saying that what I'm about to say is strictly my thoughts, my opinions, my views, and my feelings. Nothing that I'm saying is 100% fact, or I'm not saying that I'm right and everybody should feel the way I feel. This is strictly a testament of some things that I've gone through, my personal experiences, and how they either made me better, taught me a lesson, or just overall benefited me. Okay, I'm going to start with forgiveness. Forgiveness means letting things go, pretty much. It does not mean necessarily forgetting what someone did or said or how that made you feel, but it means resolving those feelings so that you can move forward without what someone else or something else or another situation impacting how you receive, retrieve, or release energy. Negative energy is so heavy. Negative energy makes us age early. Negative energy makes us sick. Negative energy makes us bitter. Negative energy makes us have a bad attitude. Negative energy makes us mistreat people that should be rewarded in our lives and not pushed to the side. Now, some situations are a little more heavier than others, and some people deal with things on another level that's way way more intense than some people. But we all have our own feelings, we all have our own views and opinions, and we cannot justify how somebody else feels. But the forgiving part is very, very important for us to be able to move forward accurately and efficiently. I was recently talking to a lady, and she told me that she hates her ex-husband. I hate him. I hope he dies. And my heart broke for her, because when she said that, my response to her was, do you hear yourself? You sound very bitter. And she said, well, I would never forgive him. And I said, you need to forgive him regardless to what he's done, because you hating him is harming you, not him. I said, that man is probably going on with his life, and he's probably he probably won't even think about you, and every time you hear his name or see his face or think about him, you frown up. And she was standing a couple of feet away from me, and she was frowned up, and I'm like, do you hear you? I mean, she was going on and on. I said, do you really hear yourself? I said, look, this is what you look like. And I folded my hands and I frowned up, and I'm like, I hate him. And to me, that just sounded so childish. And I told her, I said, you need to pray. I said, whoever your higher power is, whoever you get your knowledge from, or whoever you worship, you need to seek some guidance for healing, because you holding on to that hate for your ex it's like you drinking poison and wishing that he dies. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of people have heard that saying, but that's exactly what it is. You are killing yourself. We live in Louisiana. We are surrounded by chemical plants. That is killing us. We are surrounded by death, black on black crime, white on white crime, crime period, car accidents. We, as humans, smoke cigarettes. That's killing us. We drink. That's killing the body. Every day we're tearing away at the body. And we don't need extra tearing away because of something as small as unforgiveness. And myself, I had to learn to forgive not just what people have done to me, but I had to forgive myself because I was so angry at some of the things that had happened in my life, from growing up not having as much as everybody else, which was ungrateful because my mom had 7 kids and all of us stayed together. We didn't have much. My mom and dad was together. All 7 of us was together. And all 7 of my mama kids are living. God rest her soul. She's gone on to be with her maker. But that was just ungrateful, and just a bunch of other things that led to me really sitting back and having to forgive myself. I had to forgive myself for how others made me feel, and I was mad with them. I had to forgive myself for how I made myself feel. I had to forgive myself for pushing myself so hard to be successful. I made a lot of poor choices early on in my life, and then after I turned about 23, I started pushing, and I missed out on a whole bunch of fun that could have been fun activities because I was focused on raising my daughter, being a single parent, raising my daughter, trying to get my education, working 2 and 3 jobs. So I had to go back and reevaluate myself and think about, why am I in the situation that I'm in, or why I feel the way I feel, or why people did me the way people did me, or why I allowed people to do things to me without responding back then. So with me forgiving myself, it just took 1,000 pounds off of my shoulders for me to forgive myself. And once I started forgiving others, my ex-husband, my daughter's father, I want us to be friends. We are friends. We get along well. We're cordial, and we have a pleasant conversation. If I have to call my daughter's father, we will have a conversation about what it is that we need to talk about, check on each other, probably laugh for a minute, and then go on with our lives. If we didn't forgive each other, or if I didn't forgive him, because I can't really speak as far as forgiveness on his part, but if I didn't forgive myself and forgive him, we wouldn't be able to have that relationship. And I've actually witnessed my daughter standing back, watching us from a distance, hold a conversation and smiling because her mom and dad can hold a conversation. Now, in the beginning, early on in her life, she's 21 now, but before then, we couldn't do that because I personally was still holding on to some unforgiveness. But once I forgave myself, I started forgiving others, and I just started to see all kind of things start to manifest in my life because of how I chose to forgive myself and forgive others. Even for things that I really feel like was completely unfair, unnecessary. I was able to forgive myself and forgive others. So my advice to you guys, whatever it is, if you have anything that's going on in your life that you are not pleased with, the first thing you should do is start to seek the root of the problem, and first and foremost, forgive yourself. And once you forgive yourself, start to forgive others around you so that you can build the relationships that you need to be successful, happy, and abundant. Now, happiness is comes with all of that, and there is no way you can be completely happy if you are holding on to unforgiveness. Recently, over the past 8 months, I've been introduced to the laws of attraction. I was born a Catholic. Dad had me and all 7 of his kids, catechism, first communion, confessions, and all of that. And as I got older, I started to branch off into Baptist, and then I set a good solid foundation in non-denomination, die-hard Christian. Now my faith is still my faith, but my eyes have been open to so much more, understanding the laws of attraction and the laws of life. And honestly, the laws of attraction and laws of life is what led me to seek out the roots of the things that I was attracting into my life. And I now understand that my energy, my vibes, what I feel and what I believe is what draws everything into my life. And once I started to eliminate all the negative vibes and unforgiveness, my life took on a completely different direction, and I'm feeling it. It's wonderful. Okay, this is the end of this video. You guys feel free to leave any comments, have any questions, any suggestions. I'm open for it. I will respond, and as I get them. And once again, this is Cherie Fox from Dynamics Active Energy Organization, DAO. And just remember, we are one.